Young Dolph's murder was one of the most shocking deaths in the rap game, and everyone's been trying to figure out why he was killed ever since it went down. There are tons of rumors going around about the whole situation, but today we're breaking down why he was murdered by his old homies from one of the most savage gangs in Memphis, the Trulla Mafia. Young Dolph was never a studio gangster. He really came up in the streets and got active in the streets way before he ever thought about rapping. So by the time Dolph hopped in the booth, he was already fully tapped into Memphis trenches. Back in the day, Dolph had heavy ties with Trulla Mafia because he was tight with a dude from the set named J Money. J Money was allegedly one of the top shooters in Trulla, and at 18, J Money caught a murder charge for allegedly killing his own homie. In February 2014, J Money was standing on the block at Birdsong Ferry in Sugar Creek when a whip came rolling down the street. It's not clear why, but J Money upped his strap and started letting off shots. J Money's homie Denzel Monroe was in the car and hopped out to let J Money know it was him, but J Money allegedly kept shooting and left his own homie dead in the street. J Money ended up beating the case and started getting his name buzzing in the rap game. He was already known in Memphis, but then he started putting on for Trulla Mafia in the industry too. Dolph and J Money were linking up in the studio, but J Money was making other connections too. J Money had ties to Chief Keef, and Sosa even shouted Trulla Mafia out on the track Shooters when he rapped, "I got some shooters in Memphis, my Trullas, ayy. They toting rulers, extendos on Uzis, and then my shooters, ayy." It's not clear how crazy J Money was going in the streets, but he definitely had a reputation for crashing out. At the same time J Money was blowing up in the rap game and really putting on for Trulla Mafia, there were rumors flying that he was gonna sign the Dolph's Paper Route Empire label. But then something went down to split Trulla Mafia up and eventually got Young Dolph killed too. In 2016, a dude named Freddie Yarber shot and killed J Money outside of a club called Kitten's Cabaret in Memphis. J Money's death was a huge loss for Trulla. He was allegedly one of their top shooters. Plus, he was the one who had all the industry connections too. J Money was blowing up like crazy and could have hit the mainstream, and he had connections to rappers all over the city like Dolph and Black Youngster too. Losing J Money wasn't the only issue Trulla Mafia had though. There's no evidence to back it up, but rumors say some internal beef sparked up over a woman. Big Scar repped Trulla Mafia back in the day, but some people claim he was hooking up with the same girl as J Money's brother, D Money. Nobody knows what really caused the split, but after J Money died, some of the Trulla guys like Big Scar went their own way and started a set called Rich and Ruthless, aka Double R. At first there wasn't any major beef with the two sets. Double R and Trulla weren't clicked up before, but they also weren't sending shots at each other. For a while, it looked like everything was gonna be cool, but then Double R and Trulla Mafia sparked a war that ended up getting Young Dolph killed. Everything popped off back when a dude from Double R started beefing with a Trulla member named C-Mo. It's not clear what set it off, but BG and C-Mo were sending shots back and forth on social media, and it didn't take long for the situation to get crazy. One night, BG was riding around Memphis with another Double R affiliate named 2-3 when someone pulled up on them and started letting off shots. The shooters aired out the whole whip and left 2-3 in critical condition and killed BG on the spot. Right after it went down, there were rumors that C-Mode and his homie Zay and Go Crazy were the ones who slid on BG and 2-3, and Go Crazy ended up going down for it. The cops hit him with a murder charge, 3 attempts, assault, and use of a firearm and commission of a felony. A lot of people think C-Mode and Zay were there too, but Go Crazy kept it solid for them and confessed to everything without snitching on his homies. At the same time Go Crazy was fighting this case, C-Mode ended up going to juvie for a different charge. Double R was allegedly trying to get back at Go Crazy, C-Mode, and Zay for killing BG, but Zay was the only one who wasn't behind bars, and that's allegedly why he ended up dead. Nobody was ever booked for killing Zay, but rumors said that Double R was involved, and Trulla Mafia slid back and allegedly took out 2-3. 2-3 had already survived getting hit up by Trulla one time when he was in a whip with BG, but the next time the ops caught up to him, he didn't make it out alive. Around the same time, C-Mo got out of juvie and allegedly went right back to sliding on Double R. C-Mo and his homies Jay Moolah and CEO Bobby were all arrested for getting into a broad day shootout back in January 2020. What's crazy about the situation is that C-Mo already had a bunch of cases, but the cops still let him bond out. At that point, Young Dolph wasn't really involved with the Double R and Trulla beef, but then somebody died that changed everything. J Money's death had a huge impact on Trulla Mafia, and a lot of people say his brother D Money tried to step up and take his place in the crew. It's not clear how much work D Money was putting in the streets, but he already had a name because of his brother, and that put a big target on his back. D Money was on Trigg Street in Memphis when a shooter pulled up and killed him. A Double R affiliate named Big Unk is allegedly the one who pulled the trigger on D Money, and that's what really turned Trulla Mafia against Dolph. Back before J Money died, Dolph was cool with Trulla. Then after they split up and Double R started their own wave, Dolph was closer with that side. A lot of Double R guys were cool with Dolph, but he never got wrapped up in the beef with Trulla, and it looked like he was just gonna stay out of it completely. After D Money was killed, Double R affiliates started dissing him, like when CEO Jizzle dropped the track Rich and Ruthless and rapped, "If you diss on 2-3, swear to God it's gonna be RIP. You ain't hear what happened to the last dude, got left on Trig Street." Trulla Mafia probably wouldn't have done anything to Dolph just cause his homies were dissing, but then Dolph made the move that allegedly got him killed. Instead of staying out of the war, Dolph signed Big Unk to paper route Empire and put a huge target on his back. Signing the dude who allegedly killed the brother of Dolph's old homie was a crazy move, and that's why a lot of people think Trulla wanted to take Dolph out. And even D Money's mom said that Dolph signed her son's killer. But when young Dolph was killed back in 2021, most people weren't talking about the Trulla Mafia. Dolph had been beefing with Yo Gotti and the CMG crew for years, and at first, almost everyone thought they had something to do with the hit. There was already a history of beef and violence between them. Dolph's SUV got hit up in North Carolina, and Gotti's artist Black Youngsta was arrested for it. Then Dolph and Gotti ran into each other in Los Angeles, and one of Gotti's homies allegedly shot Dolph 3 times. When the cops started making arrests in the Dolph murder case, the situation got more complicated though. According to the cops, a rapper from Trulla Mafia named Straight Drop was involved with the hit, and he's not the only Trulla affiliate who allegedly helped kill Dolph. The cops said another Trulla member named CEO Teezy was a person of interest, but somebody killed Teezy before the cops could figure out the whole situation. And this is where everything gets even crazier. According to the police, a dude named Hernandez Govan is the one who organized the whole hit. Govan isn't a member of Trulla Mafia, but he allegedly had strong ties to the whole crew. Plus, he was cool with Yo Gotti's brother, Big Juke. None of this has been confirmed yet, but here's how everything went down according to sources in Memphis. After Dolph signed Big Unk, Trulla started rocking with Dolph's ops. Trulla already had a reason to take Dolph out, but rumors claim they were paid to do it by Gotti's side. Gotti's brother Big Juke allegedly put a bag on Dolph's head, and even one of Dolph's homies accused Juke of being involved.
But these folk had something to do with it, bro. The Juke put a hit out, you know what I'm saying? But nah, bro, I need to say that. Don't say that.
According to reports, Hernandez Govan was heavy in the streets of Memphis and had connections all over the city. That's why some people think Juke linked up with him to get the Dolph hit taken care of, and Govan set it all up and paid the Trulla Mafia shooters. CEO Teezy was allegedly involved with setting up the hit and knew everything about Big Juke and Govan's ties to the situation, and that's why some people think Big Juke or Govan had Teezy killed after Dolph was murdered. Rumors say that Big Juke and Govan were worried about Teezy snitching, so they took him out before the cops could question him. When Teezy died, a lot of people thought Dolph's homies were sliding for him, but now it looks like he might have been killed by his own people. Govan's daughter, Lotto Cash Desto, came up in Memphis and even had a track with J Money back in the day. Then she ended up dead just a year after Dolph was killed. Desto had left Memphis and was living in Texas, but rumors say that Double R was involved with her getting killed in the middle of the street. There's no evidence to back it up yet, but after Desto died, her dad Govan hopped on Facebook and said, "I think I cursed you, Destiny, with my lifestyle. I apologize, baby." There's no evidence tying Dolph's people to Desto's murder, but it was definitely a targeted hit. Desto was driving down the road in Houston with her friend, and they pulled up behind another whip. That's when 2 dudes in the car in front of them came out with guns and started walking up to Desto's Porsche. Desto was ready for smoke and started busting at the shooters, but they clapped back and killed her. Desto's murder shocked everyone because it happened before anyone knew about her dad's ties to the Dolph case. But rumors say that people in the streets already knew Govan was involved and decided to take Desto out because they couldn't get to him. Desto allegedly had her own drama going on in the streets though, and some people claim she was known for robbing people. It's not clear if she was killed because of her ties to the Trulla Mafia, but she's not the only one who allegedly died because of Dolph's murder. Back in August 2023, Black Youngsta's little brother Temanuel was shot and killed at a gas station in Memphis. After it went down, Black Youngsta hopped on Instagram and said the ops were gonna fill him, and people immediately started spreading rumors that it was Dolph's people who took him out. There's nothing tying PRE or Double R to the murder though. According to the cops, Temanuel got into an argument with a dude named Randy Ewing, and when Temanuel turned away, Randy Ewing upped his strap and shot Temanuel to death. Then Ewing shot up the whip that Temanuel's homies were sitting in and hit one of them in the back and the leg. It doesn't look like Temanuel's death was connected to Dolph or his issues with Trulla Mafia and CMG, but the next murder that went down could definitely be linked to it. In January 2024, Yo Gotti and his brother Big Juke went to the funeral for their uncle Eric Bovan, aka Las Vegas Eric. After the funeral, Big Juke and a bunch of other people went to a restaurant, and that's when some shooters pulled up and started letting off shots. According to some reports, Big Juke's mom was in the whip with him when the shots started going off and almost got hit up too. Luckily, she made it out of the situation alive, but Juke was killed on the spot. There were cameras all over the place where the hit went down. The shooters pulled up in a white Ford Explorer, and according to some reports, the same whip was involved with another shooting at CMG just a couple of days before Juke got killed. It hasn't been confirmed yet, but some sources claim that the head of CMG security got shot at in a drive-by 2 days before Juke died, and the shooters were in the same whip that got caught on camera during the Juke shooting. There's no concrete evidence about the situation right now, but rumors say that the shooters wanted to make sure security around Juke was weak so they would be able to get at him. Big Juke is allegedly the one who got in contact with Govan about killing Dolph, and that's when Trulla Mafia got wrapped up in it too. Trulla already had reasons to take Dolph out after he signed Big Unk to his label, but Juke is the guy who allegedly put a bag on Dolph's head. A lot of the rumors can't be confirmed yet, but Straight Drop and his homie Cornelius Smith are set to hit trial soon, and there's no telling what's gonna go down next. Straight Drop's half-brother Jamarcus Johnson already pleaded guilty to being an accessory after the fact and helping Straight Drop and Cornelius Smith after the hit went down. And when he testifies in court, the situation could get ugly for Trulla Mafia and CMG. Dolph's murder tore up the city so badly that the judge running the murder trial agreed they couldn't bring in a jury from Memphis. Dolph wasn't just a star in the rap game. He was famous and known all over his city for giving back. He donated to schools, handed out free turkeys on Thanksgiving, and was always showing love to Memphis. The judge knew that Dolph had so much love in the city that he couldn't let people from Memphis be involved with the trial. So now they're bringing in people from outside the city to handle Straight Drop and Cornelius Smith's case. If Straight Drop goes down for Dolph's murder, it'll be another big loss for Trulla Mafia. Back in the day, they were one of the heaviest sets in the city, but the war with Double R left a lot of them dead or locked up. Now rumors are flying that the feds are actually planning on getting involved with the whole war in Memphis, and that could change everything. There's been a lot of high-profile murders, especially Dolph and Big Juke, and that's why some people think a RICO case might be coming soon. Memphis has always been a violent city, but most of the killing went down in the trenches. Now dudes are getting murdered in broad daylight in front of restaurants and cookie shops, and all the attention puts even more pressure on the cops to step in and take care of the situation. If young Dolph never signed Big Unk, there's a chance he'd still be alive today. Dolph definitely had ops before Trulla Mafia got involved with everything, but when Dolph picked a side and really clicked up with Double R is when the whole situation got out of control. It sparked an all-out war with bodies dropping and people getting locked up on both sides, and there's no telling what's gonna happen next in Memphis.